Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn is now ready for us. She sits on the Senate Judiciary Committee and, as I mentioned, is running for governor in Tennessee. Senator, what are you hoping comes out of this news conference today with the Vice President and Dr. Oz?
And what we are hopeful to hear is that they have targeted and found suspicions in the system, and that they are targeting more of these operators for fraud. Also, I think they're going to put a moratorium in place on adding some of these long-term care and hospice facilities to the payment rosters, so that they are able to clean up what is there and get this back under control. The good thing is they are looking at health care. You also have ICE. They are looking at visa fraud. There is student loan fraud. And when we talk about what DOJ brought to the top of the heap, it was a list of places to look, because what they found in DOJ were a series of anomalies. And looking at those anomalies, we now see what has happened in Minnesota, what has happened in California, in Illinois, in New York, and probably more widespread. The taxpayer works hard to earn their money, and Congress is to be a good steward of their money. So the more we can root out this fraud and stop the waste, the less we're going to need of that taxpayer dollar, and maybe we can get our fiscal house in order and begin to pay down this nation's debt.
Yeah, and I doubt that there's a state out there that doesn't have some kind of fraud going on. It's just whether the leaders of that state decide they want to crack down on it themselves, or wait until it blows wide open. The ICE director, Todd Lyons, announced that allegations related to a student job program. Listen.
We have identified over 10,000 foreign students who claim to be working for highly suspect employers. We've discovered empty buildings and locked doors at addresses where hundreds of foreign students are allegedly employed. In many cases, multiple OPT employers claim to operate from the same address. We've identified foreign students who obtained work authorization documents through OPT, but never showed up for work.
OPT is the federal program that this was operating under. Vice President Vance reacting to the news, saying this: another great win for our fraud task force. We will not tolerate foreign nationals abusing our visa system at the expense of the American people. And it's a complicated and sort of a broad issue here, where these students would graduate and they would get to stay in the country after they graduated, keep that visa, claiming to work for companies that didn't exist. But you also have U.S. companies that are finding loopholes to hire them instead of hiring higher paid U.S. American students that have graduated. What do you want to see happen here?
First of all, OPT needs to get in there and close these bad actors down. That should be item number one. And then secondly, they should go about retrieving this money. Third, Congress should pass my Fraud Accountability Act, which will amend the Immigration and Nationality Act to make certain that any fraud and any individual, whether they're here on a visa, a permanent residency, if they're here illegally, or if they're a naturalized citizen, if they have defrauded your local, state, and federal governments, if they have defrauded citizens, then they will be denaturalized and they will be deported. So all of these individuals that are here on visas, that they've converted that student visa to a work visa, this would put them on track to be deported. It would also give the ability to the federal government to recoup those funds, and it would bar this individual from ever coming back into the United States again.